The Teamwork Arts Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we try and go and figure out the thoughts behind the actions that animate the arts and basically what makes the artist tick. And the loud ticking that you might hear very, very soon is that of the people who make the Avan project. We are very, very honored to have Vedi with us and Ban. This is a project that brings accessibility to music, that brings the thoughts and the philosophy of Kabir to those who will lend it an ear, both literally and figuratively. And of course, their music's been doing all the talking. We thought we'd figure out what's the thought behind the music. Vedi, Ban, thank you very much for joining us on the Teamwork Arts podcast.
Glad to
Thank
be
you.
here, Sarthak.
So tell us, when did the thought first germinate of the Avan project?
Uh, about Actually, there's no clear timeline to this, but I think about 6 years ago, realistically, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and what was the thought? I mean, why did this happen? Was it born out of frustration? Was it born out of excitement? What was the primary emotion?
The primary emotion, as cheesy as it may sound, was very much what the name is. It was of, I think, a journey, a very personal journey
Right.
that was through music of a certain kind, philosophy of a certain kind, that I think brought me back for myself. Uh, that's that's where it started. So with a lot of
Sure.
hope, and that's how it continues, I think.
Excellent. And when did the association with Sant Kabir begin? Was it always from the beginning? Was that the leading philosophy of the project?
Yes, so that's where the journey started, and thus that's why the project also started with the
Right.
philosophy of love. Yeah.
And उसके बाद कारवां बढ़ता गया. So how who were the first people to actually buy into the thought of Avan?
I would say I should probably not, usually I'm not this self-praising, but I would say that I would say me.
Okay, sure, sure.
I was doing something very different, and of course, everybody was very, very. It was more about the philosophy that people were very confused or unsure of, and because it was a philosophy-led journey into music,
Right.
uh, there was a lot of concern. Yes, but I think once I was sure that this was something that I needed to share, or we needed to share. There a lot of us have these realizations or have these feelings in our spaces, and I think that's how we all connect. Also, मतलब मुझे इतने साल बाद एक बान मिले,
Right.
and then through him I've met a lot of wonderful people,
Hmm. Hmm.
and so हाँ जैसे आपने कहा कारवां बढ़ता गया and rest is
एंड
तो
बान बान की कारवां से जुड़ने की आदत बहुत पुरानी है और स्पेशली वो कारवां जो जिनकी मंजिल जो है म्यूजिकलिटी और म्यूजिकल सेटिस्फैक्शन होती है. तो बान, व्हेन डिड दिस जर्नी बिगिन फॉर यू?
Can I
So for
just,
me,
sorry, Ban, before you begin, I have to add to what Sarthak was saying. Ban ki,
yeah.
I think, uh, Ban has whenever you need help and you don't know, Ban is there. And that I've seen without fail, Sarthak, in everybody's lives. I've seen this, whoever I know, and there's this common Ban factor. This is a very normal thing. Ki, haan, agar, Ban is that person who will help make these spaces bigger and better and more productive also.
Actually, I think Ban, you've understand the you've quite well understood the concept of collaboration. I think the way you've collaborated with so many musicians who have been doing such stellar work on the circuit, it's great. So how did this collaboration in particular happen?
So like Vedi कुछ ज़्यादा ही बोल दिया actually Vedi.
Oh, you are
I
sharmawing
I'm
and you can't.
sharmawing because all I want to do is
Rage, baby, rage.
so it all
But
starts from the inner sort of rage and trying to find like channel the anger. For me, there are a lot of questions, unanswered questions that I have, and constantly trying to find answers through music, through arts. And in that journey, you meet people who are doing like stellar work, like Vedi, like so many other people that I also met, and you connect with them at a larger level. It's not just music; it's also you connect with them at a philosophical level, at an ideological level, and then you also like the music that they're doing, because end of the day, music kya hai? We are all trying to tell our own stories, and
Sure.
how authentic or how honest these stories are, it comes from the person who we are. So kahin na kahin you connect with the person also. Uh, I have over the years I have tried, and that's been a journey, and still a journey. I'm still sort of on that path of exploring and discovering people like Vedi who are doing phenomenal work, and they're honest about their work. And that is what I really like about even the Avan project, because it's an honest project for me. For me, it's not
So-
just about playing music and playing Kabir on stage. It's about going on stage and actually just letting all your guards down, cutting the fourth wall and just saying what you want to say.
And I think that's the important part right now, no, telling the stories, because I've sort of not tired of saying it, but it is a little tiresome, the fact that people aren't really listening. They're all waiting to express themselves. In this time, probably to be heard is a privilege, and Ahvan is being heard across the spectrum, so to speak. So if I were to ask you to describe what Ahvan is, what would your description be? Ban.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
For me, Avan is actually, it's a space. Avan is a space where you can enter the space and you can actually see whatever things are around, and you can, it's a space for reflection, it's a space for thinking, it's a space for questioning and finding answers. For me, Avan is a space, if you ask me frankly.
Vedi, does that match with what you had thought of when you had started Ahvan?
Yes, and I think we are all slowly moving towards it together, but वही ज़्यादा बोल दिया. We are trying to be a space. We are, I think, but why again, you meet beautiful people and it sort of gets created organically also slowly. It transforms into whatever it needs to transform into.
यार कन्विक्शन वैसे थोड़ी ऐसे डबल एज स्वॉर्ड ही होती है ना, मतलब all of the people who are associated with the Avan project are, I think, the one thread that binds you together is conviction, and sometimes conviction can be a hard thread to express the softer emotion. So is there sometimes, as you said, it's a space where everyone expresses themselves, I'm assuming, from whatever I've seen of Avan and Dastan, etc. You do believe in expressing yourselves completely and honestly. Does that also sometimes lead to clashes? Does that lead to differences of opinion? Does that happen inside the space?
Within the space?
Yeah.
Specifically in, well, yes, there are different approaches that we all have, and there are different thoughts that we have towards single method or approach or whatever. So yes, sometimes, but they're very, so I would say the connection is deeper and the clashes are more surface. Clashes are more about, the everyday things that you can figure out, that you can deal with.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's also, this whole thing, like Ban's job is not there to just sort of, keep the low end. It's actually to elevate the low ends in that way. It's a very collaborative process in that way. So what is a typical process of making an Ahvan piece? Does it begin with one person positing an idea? Is it that you all sit together and then decide, okay, so this is what we do? How what's the process?
So for me, I'll quickly butt in this, and then maybe you can
Please.
you can explain your process. But for me, Sarthak, it actually started when I played the first sort of set with Avan. Was last year we did Halat Hindustan, when Vedi asked me to join the setup. And for me, something changed because all my life I have been playing music. And even in Dastan, we are trying to explore different art forms. But at the same time, somewhere they are all hooked to songs. Whereas in Avan, what connected with me were the stories. So my reaction to each and every song happens here based on the stories that Vedi writes. And then how the stories are and what sort of how it, what kind of emotion it brings out of me, that is very, it's a mix of spontaneity and it's a mix of practice that we do together. But at the same time, the stories are, I mean, because for instance, if we talk about the Banaras show, we did rehearse for a month before that for the show. But the
This is,
minute we
of course, for the Mahindra Kabira Festival.
Mahindra Kabira Festival,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
So teamwork, which Teamworks only produce. So
Sure.
for me, we had rehearsed this entire set for a month almost before that. But you know, the minute we were there on the side of Ganga and on that ghat with early in the morning, I mean, and then Vedi was narrating the stories there. It just completely had a completely different sort of a, I don't know, it zoned me in. Somewhere I just zoned into that and I just couldn't get out of it till the set ended. And even after the set, for like at least 2 weeks, I've been listening to the recordings on loop because
Right.
something really powerful happened on stage for me. And I'm talking about personally my experience and my journey with this process that we're trying to describe. So for me, the stories, and then connecting the stories to the songs, and then again another story, a part of the story, and then it's sort of like I said, it's a space, but at the same time, it's a fluid space, it's a journey. The space is sort of also taking you somewhere,
Sure.
taking you forward. And for me, that's the most important thing as a musician, as a bass player. And right now I'm also playing a bunch of other instruments in Avan, and it's Avan's been my debut Gabgubi debut, my keyboard debut.
Wow. Yes.
And it's been great.
Yes. Vedi, as I can see, is extremely generous with her praise.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, and yeah,
No,
considering
yeah.
considering Zaban's uh,
Oh, he
not.
was great.
Yeah. I know. Considering Barnes' not very inconsiderable talents, I'm sure it must have been great. But Barnes does have a tendency of forgetting that he's primarily a bass player.
Yeah, I know.
But that works
but
for us.
yeah,
It
exactly.
works really well for us.
But it's very clear, Vedi, that you are the you are the fuel that sort of fires this engine of thought in that way. So, how do you come up with the stories? Is there a process, or is it that it's a totally creative, spark that sparks whatever it is that burns as an Avan piece?
It's always a process, and it's
Okay,
so this script that we did for Banaras Mahindra Kabira Festival,
right.
and which we'll probably keep working on and see how it goes. I would also like to make some edits and maybe add some things, subtract some things, and we would like to add, I think, a few songs also.
Sure.
लेकिन it started because Ban and I were having a conversation, and that conversation started with Kabir, and the air was already Kabir by then because we were practicing for a lot of different things in a lot of spaces. So we were talking about the relevance and Kabir and how the words are seen or the philosophy is seen today versus how it was said or written or not written, just said. And that's where the thought for the script came up, and then it took me a while and a lot of more of those conversations in that space as well as in different spaces, and that came together and turned out to be a script. And that's almost always how it happens. Like, just when the lockdown, this time when the lockdown was about ending but we didn't know when it'll end, I was talking to Ban and I was like, Ban, I know we need to do this script, but I have nothing to say because I'm not speaking to anybody. And more importantly, I'm not having fulfilling, holistic conversations or experiences outside in this space, whatever that space may be. So the stories are almost always very, very close to me. And as we move forward, I realize that it's everybody a little bit, whenever whatever the space of collaboration may be, it's a piece of everybody that then turns out to become a script then as a whole.
Sure. Using Kabir, Kabir, I think, is one of the finest exponents of independence of thought. In fact, fierce independence of thought, where he would say what he had to, irrespective of what the consequences were. The other, of course, being Nagarjun Baba as well, which, of course, Ban will have first-hand experience of how times have changed from fierce independence of thought being expressed in the way you wanted on a public platform, of course. But considering the times we live in, there's there's also a very cogent discussion about the fact that spaces are shrinking both literally and figuratively of independence of expression of thought. There are thoughts and there are actions and there are agendas that are attributed to something which were not meant to be in that way. Has the current situation led you to second guess yourself while you're making a piece for Ahvaan, while you're writing? Is there a little bit of second guessing? Is there a little bit of fear in that way?
Yes, but then I have Ban who'll stand in a place and tell me with all his emotion, Vedi, you do what you do, man. And then I'm like, हाँ ठीक है, सही है फिर. This man is here.
But Ban, you've actually literally walked the talk all the way to the judiciary as well, and won that race as well in that way, because there is a judgment that become a bit of a benchmark for such kind of what should I call it, conflict between independence of thought and narrowness of vision, if for lack of any better way of explaining it. Is there again in you, when you and you've steadfastly stuck to concepts like these, both in Dastan and in Ahvaan, is there a little bit of second guessing? Is there a little hesitation before you give your all, give yourself to the project?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I won't call it second guessing, but before that, I want to show you one sticker.
Yeah, it's funny now. It wasn't funny in Goa.
It was funny there.
Yeah.
So basically, it's not a lot about second guessing like what you said, but it is. We are living in an environment where a lot of like what we call freedom of expression and freedom as an artist, like for instance, the other day I was watching this talk by John Peters of the Peng Collective, and what they're doing in Germany. I mean, he actually, it was really interesting to see what these guys have done in Germany, because they have impersonated a government website, called senior officials in power sector and told them that we are turning the Germany into a socialist economy. Will you give up your whatever, and then they did something called the mask ID, where they asked people if you'll be okay if we merged your face with, say, someone like a refugee's face, and we sent the passport to that person to enter Germany.
Right.
I mean, and when he was talking about all the projects that they did as an independent sort of activist media collective based out of Germany, I realized that, a lot of these things that they were doing there, we also do here in India. There are people who are actually in jail who have done so much. I mean, even without being like, so, I don't know, in the media or whatever. But at the same time, as artists, what I feel is it's my job to also be alive and say what I want to say, not be like, for instance, what's happening with like a lot of comedians, say, for instance, their shows are being cancelled even before they land up in that city. So
Sure.
You don't want to do that, but at the same time, you do want to say what you want to say. So as artists, art gives you, like, art is all about playing with the metaphors and subtext. But at the same time, sorry, but at the same time, you really have to also assess where you are performing. Like, I mean, you cannot please everyone. You cannot, like, even if it's the safest place, you cannot like please everyone with whatever you say. You will offend people in today's day and age, and especially in the country that we are in right now, with the environment that's around, with the environment of hatred so much. Like I don't see how else you can actually say what you want to say. By the same time, coming to Ahvaan, what I like about Ahvaan versus Dastan, see, Dastan, we are too like in your face, we are too like angry kind of. But in Ahvaan, what I like is what Vedi is saying. He's probably saying the same thing, but with a lot of love and with a lot of care for the person who is listening. So it's not and this is a learning for me personally. Ahvaan has been a space that has taught me that you can also say what you want to say without hurting the other person.
Absolutely. In fact, that's the thing. I mean, I was also having a conversation with Vinay and Charul, and they had said that there can be a contrarian view, of course, but there's also about how you can adapt to the situation, because the message needs to get across. I think
Exactly.
that's important, isn't it, Vedi? For the message to get across, right?
Absolutely. And as far as you're talking and you're talking to somebody, you need to, I think, talk in that language. Matlab, it can't be both ways at you, but it has to be both ways. It has to run parallelly. You need to be angry and have that conversation, as well as not be angry and have the same conversation, so that different people can hear us.
Sure. There's also that whole thing about the responsibility of art. I think that's what for me, that's the nichod of what you were saying in a way, Ban, that you seem to have understood that there is the practice of the art and there's the responsibility of the art, where if you're practicing something, there's some things that need to be done. But do you think that's being understood by enough in the field itself, by enough people in the field itself, the responsibility of art?
I mean, for me, like I said, if we have more spaces like, say, Ahvaan, which actually Ahvaan and even Vinay Charu, Loknath, the kind of work they do.
Yes.
If we have more such spaces, I'm sure, many more people will start thinking about, I mean, even reflecting on what they are doing as artists. And because art is powerful, music is the most powerful art form that I know of. And I can boast about it, and I can say that I am a musician today because music reaches people, versus say I don't know, I mean, doing a bhashan, standing and giving a bhashan somewhere. Music really cuts through. Music really reaches people, and it connects with the emotions. And I think it's one thing to probably not use the power of music for what it is, and it's another thing to actually not even understand the power of music. So I think Ahvaan, actually, for me, frankly speaking, after a long time in my life, is the perfect blend of music and like what it can do. Like today, when you hear, or when I hear, like even the recordings from, say, Banaras, I mean, it's great music, but at the same time, it's also saying something to you. Like what happened when we were listening to, say, a Rage Against the Machine, or when we heard, We Didn't Start the Fire back in the day in the 90s. It did something to us, right?
I think it's about conviction, no? If you put enough conviction into the music, that shines through. Vedi, you think, what are your thoughts on the responsibility of art?
मतलब I absolutely agree with everything that you have said, और मैं थोड़ा सा खो भी गई थी आप लोगों की बातों में, तो मुझे बहुत मजा आ रहा था. I was just but I think every now and then you meet people that make you better in terms of help you see that there's so much more to achieve, as well as create the kind of space that you need, and it's an exchange, I think. But I think after the first time that Ahvaan started and the journey that Ahvaan started with, after that, I think after all these years, I finally found another set of people, not a person, but a set of people who were so accepting, passionate, as you said, but also ready for conversation in terms of, negotiating. Ki kitna bolna is powerful, and so saying how much is excess.
Important.
And in fact, recently, even for Dastan, I heard there was a conversation happening और उसमें काफी देर ये डिस्कशन चला, देयर वर डिफरेंट व्यू पॉइंट्स फॉर डिफरेंट पीपल ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल, बट यही बात चल रही थी कि हाउ टू मेक इट मोर approachable. So I think as artists, we also need to every day sort of unlearn and look back. The script that I was writing 5 years ago is not the script that I should be writing today, and
Of
it's
course.
not a script that will work also today.
Sure, of
So,
course.
so as well as musically and and messaging wise, the more we understand, I guess, the more it shows, reflects in our work. So every time I think we create a new song, we have more balanced. Balanced is not neutral. Let me please make it clear. But balanced sort of a
Yes.
conversation
You
there.
know, that's the importance of the grays, no? I mean, we are so obsessed with blacks and whites now that we have to underline the fact that there could be grays in what we are saying as well.
Yes.
but
Yes.
but touching on something that we sort of discussed briefly earlier as well, which is, the listening part of it. I mean, there's the transmission of thought, and then there's the absorption of thought. You've been around for a while, as you said. 6 years is in today's day and age a very long time to have your music out there. But how has the audience been? How has the listenership been? Because I think, especially with the kind of music that you guys make, it is important to know the kind of listenership that there is as well. So, what are your thoughts of the listening aspect of your music?
It's been pretty interesting. Every step of the way, I had assumptions before I did, or we did, or whatever the space may have been. And every time that assumption has been broken. So
Okay.
it's been a really tiny child enjoying one song only and not the other sadder songs. They only connected to the two good songs, the happier songs that were more about moving forward.
Right.
And the sadder ones, the more reflective ones, they were like, no.
Okay.
And then there have been young people who are, say, 16, 17, 18, who are not so attached to the way it's being done. So no, they probably won't add every song to the playlist. But then there are songs that they connect to. And then there are people. So sometimes it's nice to see that even if in say 50 people, if one person relates and it hits them where it should, somewhere deep, it feels very justified. तो बहुत कछुए जैसा है आह्वान, बहुत धीरे धीरे चलता है. 6 साल वैसे भी कम टाइम है, but otherwise also I'm very slow. I get झाड़ोड by a lot of people very regularly कि तुम Spotify पे नहीं हो, तुम्हारा you are not here, you're not on this platform. धीरे धीरे ही चलता रहता है, धीरे धीरे ही लोग मिलते हैं. And it's also grown very slowly. The audience has been very kind. I don't have a big audience. We don't have a big audience, but we have very genuine audiences.
Sure,
We have
sure.
people who will share their opinion, who will actually share how they felt or what they feel or hold conversations. So it's been pretty fulfilling in the audience aspect of it. Baki, sorry, I'm just a little nervous of big audiences as it is. I get overwhelmed with the idea of like a big stage and lots of people.
Arena, हाँ.
हाँ, थोड़ा it's a little.
हाँ, वो उसके लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. I think Ban can again give you tips because he's been in rock bands and all of that. He's been through the grind in that way. Asphyxia, if memory serves me right, no, Ban? Was that the
Asphyxia मेरा band नहीं था यार.
Oh, it wasn't. But there
Asphyxia was
was.
Hemsey.
Oh, it was Hemsey. Ha. But that's
Prestorica.
that's some old rock. Prestorica. But that's some old rock history
Yeah,
which
which
we shall quickly jump over.
Skip.
But I think it's interesting about the fact that you say that that conversations get started with the kind of audiences that you have. It's very interesting. I've had this theory about the fact that there's democratization of art that's happened right now because it's become so much more accessible with the internet, etc. More importantly, I think the current listening crop in that way, for lack of a better way of describing them, I don't think they come with baggage. Like we had a lot of baggage when we were listening to our music. You know, there were superstars, etc. There was a Michael Jackson, or there was a Stevie Wonder, and there were rap gods who were making some very big statements, etc. Right now, I think that the lack of that baggage makes the people who are listening to music that much more receptive to newer ideas. Do you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with what you just said, because also what is happening, Sarthak, what and in terms of especially audiences, what I'm seeing now is because there is so much information and so much media all around, it's sort of an explosion. It's very tough to find things that you really like. You know, you might keep scrolling through your Instagram, looking at reels, but do you really like them? Do you really stop? And how many times do would you replay a reel, like, or
Sure.
something that you like, for instance? Like back in the day, we would keep playing a song or an album on loop, like it would
Absolutely.
till the tape actually.
Would break, literally break.
Yeah.
I have done
Yeah,
that. You're
yeah, same
absolutely
here,
right.
same here.
Yeah, yeah.
And you even post that, you would be like, oh, like let's still
And then there
listen
would be
to
sellotapes too.
sellotapes to
Yeah, yeah.
edit, like manual
You
editing.
know, there are so many songs, Ban, in
Yeah,
which the sellotape glitch is a part of my listening experience. Like a
yeah,
regular song,
yeah,
it
and you will
glitches in
hear
my
the
head. You know, yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do carry on.
So now imagine, now you have literally like scrolling through songs and things. And even back then when people were coming up with, I mean, there were one hit wonders even say in the 90s, but at the same time
Sure.
they were very far and wide. I mean, you would have albums, you would have like artists and people coming up with full albums, and there would be artwork. There was something about buying an LP or a cassette. I mean, you would
Sure.
read all that's written on it. There would be a story behind every album. No two albums were different because, I mean, of the headspace, like while recording it. So you would go through that entire thing. But I think what Vedi is saying is right. I think what we need to do in today's day and age is actually slow down, take a step back, because we are moving so fast. And I actually see that in the audiences, because especially for Avan's set, people do listen, and people actually sit down and listen. Not just the songs or anything, they listen to each and every word that, part of the script and the story.
Sure.
And because I'm a bass player, I can actually stand at the back, and I can actually look at people,
For sure.
like
For
that's
sure.
that's why Nick is also. So Nick and I, our role is actually as drummers and bass players. We are at the back. We don't need no spotlight, but we are looking at what's happening in front of us, right?
For sure.
And
For
with
sure.
Avan and with the Vedi's stories and everything, I do see people zone in. I do see people actually. I even seen people at the Kabira festival. I've seen people in tears, which is actually, like, it says a lot about like the lack of good real spaces for audiences in today's day and age. It says a
Sure.
lot about, the lack, more than
Yeah.
more than this, more than Avan or anything. It tells me that there are so many spaces, so many experiences that we are denying ourselves because we are moving so fast.
Absolutely. I think speed also blurs the experience.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
there's an untold charm in sitting on a wall, dangling your legs and watching the world go by. And
yeah,
sometimes a good idea to give yourself that space, and sometimes a good idea to have the soundtrack playing in
yeah,
your head so that
yeah,
you can sit back and think. I think thinking is so important,
yeah.
and we're being constantly discouraged because thinking leads to
Yeah.
questions, and questions are inconvenient.
Yeah.
So
And
don't
I also tell people today that today
वेदी को भी बोलने दो तुम
हाँ, Vedi
भी
Vedi
बोलेगी
सुनते हैं.
हाँ what do you think
Edit,
Vedi
edit
I mean
this.
Go ahead, man, complete your thing.
Avik can edit these parts.
no but
Oh.
it's important for you, no, Vedi, to actually write things that would probably lead to questions and thinking. That's important to you. That's what I personally feel when I listen to your music, and I'd really like your thoughts on that.
So, matlab, what I'm going to say might sound too easy. Of course, there's the skill learning that happened even in childhood. My parents have a big role to play in me being, generally I grew up with a lot of books, with a lot of stories, with a lot of general open conversations, relatively open conversations
Sure.
for that time. And all of that, of course, for sure, plays a part. But as of today, I feel like I want to share what I see. I'm a nobody. You listen to me if you want to, you don't listen to me if you don't want to. We are a bunch of us playing music, talking, saying stories. बाकी तुम जूते मारो तो भी ठीक है, but सुन सको तो अच्छा रहेगा is my philosophy.
Sure.
So when I'm writing, I'm not necessarily, I think when I try too hard to make a point, it becomes again a conversation that's being matlab, then my ego comes in place and my beliefs come in place when I start to try to write something that will bring out thought.
That's very important. Yeah.
But I realize that when I'm just writing what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, because of the space we are in or because of the conversations that we are having, that sort of automatically brings the other person to also, I think the first step is when you're honest, then there's some kind of relating that's happening. And when there's relating happening, even if you're of starkly different ideas and beliefs, if you've related on one aspect, then you're a little more, giving to what the other person's trying to say.
Sure. That
So
makes a whole lot of sense.
हाँ, तो ये थोड़ा सा, when I sit to write, I write a lot of crap. Baan has also seen that, and but I think not trying too hard to be anything has really helped me, and being like that has been the good people around me, because that took a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of confidence every day.
And you don't necessarily need to shout to be heard. Sometimes whispers get heard a lot louder than screams. No, I mean that's
Absolutely.
you've. I don't know if contrarian is the right word, but I'll go with it anyway. I mean, what do you see as the future of a contrarian point of view in art? What do you think is the future?
Can someone explain to me what that means?
Okay, that's very encouraging for my line of questioning. But essentially, there is a majority idea, and there is an idea that is popular and hugely popular, and then there are ideas that might be a little contrary to the popular idea of the day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong or they don't need to be heard. That is what I mean by being contrarian, which is to go against the tide in a little way. So anything in art that goes against the tide a little, because we've grown up hearing this oft repeated phrase that art should make you a little uncomfortable as well. So what do you see as a future of going against the tide in art?
I want to say something extremely cheesy, and then I'm going to hand it over to Baan.
Yeah.
I think truth with such will always remain that whatever word you said in art and anything, the discourse, social discourse, such will always be the anti. Because we are we have made far too many walls to actually be okay with bare naked truth.
Absolutely. It's very well said, actually. Baan, you'll use the word contrarian now?
Yes.
Sorry.
I love to play contra.
Hannah? I also. Especially the punches. They're great.
Yeah.
Now that we're a different generation.
I would actually, thanks Vedi for making us realize our age.
Yeah.
Sorry, yaar.
And that it was really bad joke, so we shall apologize.
We shall apologize for that.
But yeah. But yeah, making your point.
To add to what Vedi said, एक तो सच है, और दूसरा, for me, art in itself, the very act of doing art is contrarian to the society that we inhabit. Because यहाँ पे तो हमको ये बोला जाता है ना कि इंजीनियर, डॉक्टर और लॉयर बनो आप. हम तो आर्टिस्ट है, हमको तो मतलब we are actually at the very, we have actually denounced all the क्या बोलेंगे उसे, like the mainstream ideas of our parents and society that we inhabit, and hum to already
The super highway of
the
conformity, no?
super highway of conformity. We are already like contrarians in our approach, but at the same time, even यहाँ पे भी what you just said, so I call it consonance and dissonance. So यहाँ पे भी ये है कि there's, I mean, one needs a balance of consonance and dissonance. So, and contrarian, yeah, like I said, you cannot please the whole world. I mean, what Avan is saying, what Dastan is saying, what many other people are saying, actually, you can agree to disagree, but at the same time, you can also say, ki, "Acha, I don't, whatever, this doesn't talk to me, this doesn't work for me."
But what do you see as the future of this contrarian point of view?
Exactly. I mean, I just see the future as being honest as you can. I mean, that's it. Like what Vedi said, truth and honesty. I mean, uske beyond to kuch hai hi nahi. Like you can keep doing whatever you want to do, but if you're not honest, wo pata lag hi jayega.
Absolutely, and that's important to remember, to hold on to the truth sometimes, even with the fingernails.
And being honest about it.
Fingernails.
Being honest about where you come from. Being honest about who you are. Being honest about why you are doing this. And that's it. I mean, there's no. इसमें कोई वो नहीं है कि you're not, like, for instance, sorry, I'm continuing again. ये भी edit कर देना.
No, carry on.
Like, for instance, we are all urban people trying to, talking about, say, even Kabir, or we are talking about Sai Ludhianvi, Faiz, and even they were talking about the common people's problems. But are we the people whose problems are being talked about? Maybe not. Maybe we are privileged, coming from a point of privilege, but at the same time, knowing where you are, and then creating your art from that point. I think that's it. When I say that ये गलियों के आवारा बेकार कुत्ते, मुझे पता है कि I am also part of the oppressors who are trying to,
absolutely,
I am also in that circle, but at the same time, क्या मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता हूँ? हाँ, मैं बोल तो सकता हूँ ना, by being honest about myself.
Absolutely. और बोलना बहुत जरूरी है, और आह्वान जिस तरह से बोलता है वो काफी लोग सुन भी रहे हैं, and thank God for listenership. It's important, and that's Vedi and Ban from the Ahvan project. Is there anywhere people can check out your work on social media or the internet? Have you put some of your stuff up on YouTube or something like that?
Some stuff is on YouTube. So the Ahvan project is the name. You'll find it on YouTube, Instagram. Also Facebook, but Facebook अब कोई use ही नहीं कर रहे तो.
हाँ, correct. And Ahvan is spelled with both double A's, right?
AHVAAN.
That's how you find them, and the process and the fact that truth will prevail is and that belief in that fact, more importantly, to underline that, is extremely important. That's my takeaway from this, and thank you very much for this reaffirmation of faith, and it's been absolutely wonderful speaking to you, Vedi and Ban. Thank you very much for being part of the Teamwork Arts podcast, and peace.
I think he said it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said it.
Peace, love, music, all three of them, and more importantly, listening to what these guys have said. That's important, and understanding, and maybe, just maybe, thinking a little, and if the questions arise, having the courage to question. That's important. And thank you very much for this. It's been absolutely wonderful. Teamwork Arts podcast, ladies and gentlemen. That is what this is. And if you want to know more, just follow us on social media, and hopefully you'll leave comments as well, so we know what we're doing is right, wrong, bouquets, brickbats, anything. Just throw them at us. We'll feel good. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Sarthak. This is the Teamwork Arts podcast.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to our channel now. We have a new episode out every Friday.